reminder that,
Okay.
ma'am, you had told me, because see, I do have some slides and something which I use, because hello,
Hello. Good evening.
good evening, and welcome to Clapingo.
Thank you. Yes.
Are you able to hear me properly?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So, sweetie, right?
Yes, sweetie.
So because we have already met before, so we don't need introductions.
Mhm.
Have you been able to work on the feedback which I had given you the last time?
Yes.
Okay.
Only the one point that I have started is try to think in English.
Okay.
Right
So,
after waking up in the morning,
okay.
I'm trying.
Yes. But, I think, sweetie, I must have also told you that even though we give this suggestion and we suggest this as a remedy, but
Mhm.
none of us are robots, right? You're not a robot, and it is not like my suggestion is like, the magic button or a button of a remote which suddenly press and it will change your way of thinking, right? So
Mhm.
there will be times where maybe one or two sentences you will think in English. Again, you will revert back to Bengali, I think, right?
Yes. It,
Sometimes, one sentence will be half Bengali, half English
yes.
in your mind.
Mm.
Some word maybe you will not be able to find
Mm.
in English, right? But you need to keep on trying. Like I said, it's all about practice. You keep practicing, you will see day by day it will get easier,
Yes.
right? And also, whenever, if possible, whenever you're trying to think in English and you're getting stuck for a word, say
Mm-hmm.
for instance, then আমরা বাংলাতে একটা কিছু ভাবলাম আর ওইটার corresponding English word করে আসছে না মাথায়, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you can, at that moment itself, even if you have a phone on your hand or anything in your hand or a
Mm.
notebook or wherever you are, right? Try
Mm.
and make a note of what that word is. Which
Okay.
was this Bengali word which I could not, understand in English? And then later on, when you're a little free or something, then you can try and Google for that word. That
Mm.
which was the Bengali translation of this, or what could I have used for the
Mm.
Bengali instead of the Bengali word here,
Mm.
right?
Okay.
So please do keep trying. And just 1 second, please. Have you had time to look at the session notes?
Yes, it's about interactive sentences, and it's the I think second or third class of subject, verb, and object.
Okay, so sweetie, did you speak on what we call your daily routine, your present tense daily routine
Mm.
in the last session?
Yes, I we spoke about that. I told you, you asked me about like tell me your daily routine in simple present only. So I told you, and your feedback was like you will be telling me some vocabulary and some simple sentences that we can use in daily life.
Okay, but according to the session topic, but if you have gone through the session topic, sweetie, it is actually quite easy. I don't think you will have too much of problem with
So you
this. Just
decide if you think it is easy, then you set the goal like what you will teach me.
okay, actually, the vocabulary list, just 1 second. The vocabulary list which is given is all related to cooking,
All
you know,
related.
like cooking and food, that kind of things, because there is culinary and then there is palatable and delectable gastronomy,
Mm.
umami, and all these. So first, let's just try to talk a little bit about food generally.
Yes,
Okay?
better.
So would you like to tell me, do you like eating outside?
I don't eat much, but I do, especially in weekends.
Okay, that will be especially on weekends.
Especially on weekends.
Okay.
Okay.
And do you like have a favorite place or something which you like to keep going to again and again?
There are many cafes here, but there is one cafe that I like to go every time with my team, or I can say with my gang of girls. So there is
Okay.
a cafe where we go.
You, if I am not mistaken, you had also mentioned something about a sister, right?
Yes,
So you're staying with your sister?
yes. I'm staying
Okay.
in a PG and I'm staying with her.
Okay. Good. So my memory is still quite good, right? Being able to remember
Yes.
details, right? Okay. And so when you go to this particular cafe, like you're talking about, what do you like best about it? Is it just the food or the ambience, the service? Like, how are the waiters? How do they behave?
Everything I find is good about that cafe. It's the
Okay.
food, uh, which tastes good. Ambience is really very good. Third, and the main important reason is I go there with my friends. We generally don't meet, but when we meet, we forget everything, and that's our moment. And it's nearby, so it don't take a long time to travel. So yes.
Okay. And otherwise, because we are talking about food and cooking and all these related restaurants and all these things,
Mhm.
so as a Bengali, do you have any typical favorite foods which are like, very traditionally Bengali?
Uh, Not really, because my father is an ex-serviceman, so we used to transfer after every 3 to 4 years. So
Okay,
even my mom is not very good in cooking Bengali dishes.
okay.
So,
So, firstly, again, that is an error in prepositions. My
mm,
mom is not very good at cooking Bengali dishes.
okay.
Okay, I think you will also have to work a little bit on your prepositions.
Yes, yes, not little bit, but I would say it's required.
Okay. Sweetie, if you will please do me a favor, because see, we meet hundreds of learners throughout even a
Mm,
month or a week also, so many learners. So it is
mhm,
not generally always possible to remember everything, but you please make a note that if you are ever logged in with me for another session,
mhm,
please remind me to help you with prepositions.
mm. My next session is with you. I mean, day after tomorrow.
Okay, so then, in that case, right at the beginning of the session only, just give me a quick reminder that,
Okay.
ma'am, you had told me, because see, I do have some slides and something which I use. Because prepositions, if you know, there are hundreds of ways in which prepositions can be used. And prepositions, even though they are very simple words, in, on, at, of,
On.
for, right? But you make an error in preposition and your entire sentence construction, your grammar will go totally incorrect, right? So it's a
Mm,
very important part. In fact, after tenses, I have always maintained that tenses and prepositions are the major part of your grammar. There are
mm,
other aspects also, like singular, plural, subject, verb, agreement, and all that. But
mm.
generally, if you know your tenses and if you know your prepositions, as 50 to 60%, you will be able to speak correct
Hmm. Oh,
English.
yes.
Because in tenses also include a lot of singular, plural aspects, subject verb agreement. You have to know your subject verb when you're speaking in the right tense. And
Yes.
preposition, there is no other way to speak good English if you don't know your
Hmm.
preposition, right? But the problem is, like I said, there are hundreds of ways in which prepositions can be used. So if
Mhm.
you try to learn all of them together, it will never go inside your head. So what
Okay.
I do is I break it up into slides, but I don't have it on the gadget that I am
Mm,
working on today,
okay.
right? Otherwise, I would have started today itself. So please make a note, give me a reminder next session at the beginning itself. And
Mm-hmm.
otherwise, also any other trainer that you go to,
Mm-hmm.
Clapingo, please tell them right at the onset that, ma'am, I would, doesn't matter what the session topic is, just tell them that, ma'am, I would like you to, ma'am or sir, whoever you're logged in with, that
Mm-hmm.
please help me a little bit with prepositions.
Okay.
Right? Okay.
Okay.
And so coming back to food and restaurants, you have said that your mom does not cook too many traditional Bengali dishes, right?
Yes.
But generally speaking, do you have any specific Bengali favorite dish?
Um, I like pulao. I like khichdi.
Okay,
And I'm fond of Bengali sweets. That I have to say.
okay. And if we were to speak generally about your mom's cooking, let's say what you eat or what you have grown up eating,
Hmm.
which is your favorite dish that your mother cooks?
My favorite dishes, uh, all South Indian dishes that my mother cooks. She cooks
Okay,
good
so little
Indian
more
dishes.
details.
Yes. When I will tell you a story about my past when we were in school. So we were in Himachal Pradesh, and there
Right.
nobody uh, used to cook. I mean, I have not seen anybody to cook South Indian food, but my mother used to cook idli and dosa. So we used to take South Indian food in our school in lunch, and when we in the interval during the time of interval, we all friends used to sit together and we used to share our food with each other. So when I at first time when I shared dosa with some other, then they uh, I mean, they told the same thing to their teacher. Like, ma'am, she brought some different food today. So that ma'am asked me like, what was that? And they were aware like what dosa idli is. So they asked me like, you call your mom. We will tell your mom to send the same for us also. So
Okay,
my mother cooked food for entire class, and I there was a big tiffin with layers of tiffin in it. It was a quite big tiffin, and at that time I was in class 4. So I took that tiffin with me, and I have shared uh, uh, dosa with entire class along with the teacher also. So
okay,
they praised very much. I mean, my mother has received a lot of good compliments from teachers. So, and my friends also, like they always say that your mother cooks South Indian dishes very well. So even I like, in our family, we still like my mother still cooks South Indian food, and we still enjoy South Indian food very much. Starting from my father, my brother, we all.
okay. And is there any dish which you know how to cook?
How to cook?
Yes.
Yes, I know many dishes. I
Okay,
also
so
can cook.
so
I can also cook. I mean, I also can cook South Indian food that my mother cooks, and there are a lot of. I mean, there are a lot of content available in YouTube. So I do try different dishes from YouTube. So I have learned veg pulao. I have learned chicken biryani. I cook
okay.
these.
So biryani, sweetie, right? Okay. So this will give you a little bit of speaking practice, and it will let me get the opportunity to watch your grammar also a little bit, right? So we are going to pretend that I am a complete novice. I don't know anything about cooking, right? And you have to teach me how to cook chicken biryani.
Okay, okay,
Okay.
okay.
So you have to give me the recipe, firstly, right?
Hmm.
And secondly, please remember that whenever we are talking in terms of recipes, like, in this, because sharing recipes or talking about recipes is a very common thing which happens in everyday life, isn't it?
Yeah.
It can happen with anybody. So
Hmm.
whenever you are sharing a recipe, we generally will use sentence construction like first we have to take, use we. Don't say I. Okay,
Okay.
and don't say first I take this or first I do this. No, first we, and then the sentence construction has to be have to. We have to
Okay.
do this, we have to do that, like that.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
so would you like to start?
Hmm. Okay. First of all, we have to soak some biryani rice in water after washing it अच्छे से washing it properly.
Okay,
Yeah, washing it properly. Then keep it aside. Then in the same time, start preparing for chicken. So at first we will have to uh, heat oil in what we say wok kadhai. What we say
walk, walk, walk.
wok. So first we will have to heat wok. Put some oil in that. Then put some cardamom, what we call long.
Cloves.
Yes, cardamom, cloves, some. I cannot remember dalchini. I know the word. Oh my god. Cinnamon stick. Cinnamon
Okay.
stick. Black pepper and some red chilies. When these all splutters well, then put chopped onions. Lot of chopped onions. Um,
Don't say put here. Say add.
Okay, okay. Then add a lot of chopped onions. Uh, Stir it nicely for few minutes until the um, o- onion is getting meshy. Okay. Then
Until the onion turns golden brown.
until the onions turns golden brown.
Okay.
After 3 to 4 minutes or 5 to 6 minutes, add marinated chicken uh, in the wok and again stir it properly so that chicken um, so that onion coats the chicken in proper manner or properly. Are you getting what I'm saying?
Okay. Okay. No, I will let you speak today. Okay. Then
Okay. Then cover the wok with lid and uh, wait for 3 to 4 minutes again. Wait for 3 to 4 minutes. After that, open the lid and again stir the chicken. This process will continue until the chicken is properly cooked. Not properly cooked, it should be 90% or 95% cooked. Then uh, keep some chicken. No, sorry, I missed a step. That is, while cooking chicken, you light uh, gas stove or light gas and put rice to boil. When rice comes to cook till 80%, uh, drain the water from rice or drain the water. Keep rice aside and now you need to check whether chicken is cooked properly or not. Even if it is cooked 90 to 95%, take out some amount of chicken and put it aside. Now we have to start layering chicken and rice. So uh, at bottom, keep the chicken as it is, as it was cooking. Then put some rice on it. Now we have to add some barista. Then you can add actually so many things. We can add barista. We will have to add. We will have to add. I'm saying so many things. Okay, so we will add barista. We will add ghee. Put some. Add some keda water. Just a few drops. If you have kesar, then you can uh, put. You can put some uh, kesar wala doodh. What we call it? I don't know that syrup or syrup. After that, put some uh, chicken on it,
If
and
you
then
tell me
again.
what you will call it in Hindi, maybe I can help.
Sorry.
No, if you can tell me what exactly is the ingredients that you're trying to say in Hindi, then
केसर
maybe I
वाला
can help you.
केसर वाला दूध या दूध वाला
Sorry,
केसर.
I cannot hear.
It's दूध वाला केसर और केसर वाला दूध.
Okay, so basically saffron, I think strands, as they are called,
हाँ.
saffron, as we call it, mixed in water, mixed in milk.
Milk. Yes, yes. So we will have to put that mix, few drop of that mix into on the rice. Then layer it with chicken, and then again layer it with the leftover rice. Repeat the same process that we have done during the first layering, and then cover it with a lid in such a way that no steam get out of the lid. Uh,
So
keep.
basically, we call it making it airtight.
Yes, yes. So the lid should be airtight so that no air. I don't have to explain, right? If it is airtight, like everyone knows, the air, the steam will not pass out. And after that, keep it for next 5 to 10 minutes in low heat. And after that, if you open, the biryani is ready to eat.
Okay, okay, great. So that was okay. You seem to be exhausted just telling me about the recipe, right? I hope you
My
actually enjoy
family
cooking it.
are not in place, so it's like a task
No,
for me.
what you can also try to do for practice is that later on, you can try and write out this recipe, right? This is something which you like to cook. So
Hmm.
maybe you can try writing it in points, like, first we need to do this. That can be a good practice session for you also. And once you are writing it, you can also check for all the vocabulary which you are not being able to find, right? There is a lot of vocabulary available on the net
Hmm.
related to cooking, or you
Yes.
can read a few actual recipes of biryani on the net to see how the language is used, right?
Hmm.
But even when you were speaking about the biryani once or twice, there were again some errors in prepositions. I
Hmm.
did not stop you at that time because you were anyhow struggling with, trying to get the recipe together. But prepositions, sweetie, you will definitely have to
Hmm.
work on it, right?
Hmm.
Otherwise, throughout when you were speaking of the recipe, apart from the fact that maybe you were getting stuck to some vocabulary
Hmm.
times, but generally your tenses were fine today, right? You were using the correct sentence construction and the correct like tense, at least for this topic, because
Hmm.
like I said, I already mentioned at the beginning that you will have to use this
Hmm.
kind of sentence construction, right? So
Hmm.
generally it was okay, but prepositions definitely. And
Hmm.
also, like I said, you can please go to the net and search for some vocabulary related to cooking so that it is
Hmm.
easier for you to talk. There are a lot of other. In fact, you can remind me next class also if you want. I can help you with because we just don't talk about ingredients. We also need to know what we call each of the utensils in English.
Yes, of course.
And also, like, there are different verbs in cooking: draining, cleaning,
Hmm.
right?
Okay.
Adding,
Hmm.
isn't it? Boiling, simmering. So there are
Hmm.
all different kinds of vocabulary which you need to use as verbs also, not
Hmm.
just like what you call dalchini, elaichi. Of course, that is also important. But
Hmm.
everything, cooking is about a lot of other things, utensils. মানে কড়াইটা কে কি বলবো, ডেকচিটাকে কি বলবো, all these kind of things. And when you, even something as simple as when we are lighting the stove or lighting the gas, that time what is the sentence construction or the phrase that we use
Turn on
correctly?
gas or
Yes, yes, yes.
turn on the gas.
Right. So you can please look into that. Please do practice that. And otherwise, I think your recipe, like I will repeat, apart from the fact that you got stuck a little bit, it was still in better, smooth language. So please do keep practicing and definitely continue practicing trying to think in English.
Hmm. Okay.
Okay. And
Hmm.
what else can I help you with? Because we are into the 26th minute, right?
Hmm.
So anything else I can help you with?
I think that's all. You have already told me that I need to work on my prepositions, and we will do our next class in for prepositions because I have a next class with you on 6th. So we
Okay,
will
right.
practice.
So like I said, please do give me a reminder at the beginning of the session itself,
Okay.
right?
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Then
Okay.
yes.
So much for being here. Bye bye and good night.
Thank you. Good night.